Welcome to my once a month, always the last Monday of the month, restorative class. If you, excuse me, if you've never done restorative yoga before, it's a way to relax in conscious rest. So there's no movement required, but we do use a lot or sometimes minimum amount of props to make the body super comfortable. And the shape your body will be in, supported by props and things, may have some similarities to normal yoga poses in a more moving practice. But also you could look at it as shavasana, a very long extended shavasana. And I really feel it's a way to just process things in life, to let things slow down, for me to kind of catch up with myself. And in that quiet space, I often find either answers to some of the questions in my life, but also to just let things settle and for me to work out whether I'm going in the direction that I want to or that I need to, or am I being pulled and distracted somewhere else where I'm not really wanting to put my energy into. So it's a little bit of a pressing the pause button, just allowing ourselves to check things out, see how we feel about our life and whether we need to make any changes. I tend to not instruct all of this brain activity because this practice is coming very much from your body, from within your body, within your nervous system. So what I will do is explain what we're going to do tonight, and then leave you to it, show you obviously the setup, and then leave you to it so that you fully experience this silent practice of being with yourself and see how that feels for you. If at any point you need to get up for any reason, obviously that's what you need to do. But know that you can shorten this practice at any time. It's most definitely good if you're recuperating from something, or if your stress is quite high. I would say it's also very good. It kind of keeps a check on your nervous system. But if you are a little bit twitchy, you might want to do a few poses prior to this practice. Tonight, what I'm going to do is a breathing practice with you, just to calm the nervous system down a little bit in preparation for being in stillness. I just see this quite logically, that if you're in a car, for instance, you're driving at 60 miles an hour, say, you don't really just want to put the brakes on and stop instantly. You go down through the gears. This is all we're doing here. We're just going down through the gears, enticing our nervous system into relaxation. Okay, so as I say, if you feel you're a bit charged from your day, you're a little bit twitchy, just give yourself a few poses like cat and cow pose, and then perhaps come to this breathing practice. So you're more than welcome to pause the video and then come back in. So just to say at the end, I will not be calling you up from the practice. You know, I'll just close the meeting and you can take it from there. So obviously, if you do have something else to do after this, maybe set yourself an alarm to bring you back. Okay, so first of all, let me go through some of the props that we might need today. I've got a cushion for my head. I've just got that up on a couple of blankets. We're going to be laying on one side and then rolling over and going on to the other side. So shoulders need to be considered here, okay? So that's why I've put a little bit of height, yeah, underneath the cushion. So it gives my neck and shoulder space. Positioning of the arm I'll explain, which helps with that as well. If you've got problems with shoulders or whatever, then please just do something like normal shavasana. You can go onto your back with a bolster underneath your knees. Alternatively, you could elevate a bolster at this angle. So this would be your head, this would be your lower back, your sacrum. And you could prop anything underneath and you can prop it up to whatever height. I would also suggest that if you're pregnant as well, because laying on your side, specifically on your left side, is not really advisable when you're pregnant, especially in the later trimesters. For a short period of time, I think it would be okay, but not for the length of this class, okay? So cushion, blankets, also an eye pillow, which seems strange because we're laying on our side. How do we put that across our eyes? Well, we won't, but I'll show you where else we can put it in this instance. And I'm sitting on one bolster and I've got another one here. You don't have to have bolsters. These could be cushions, pillows, or anything from around your home. They will do just as well for this practice, okay? So we will, I said I was going to show you, sorry. So I'm going to put one bolster between my knee and my ankle, like that. And my leg will go on top. So that's giving my hip a really nice position. And when I go down, I'm going to use this other bolster to hug it in. So my arm has gone underneath and it's straight. And the bolster is resting over the arm, but my top arm can relax and go in any of these positions to just feel comfortable in the shoulder on the top. By all means, you can really hug the pillow or the bolster in towards you like this, really close in. And if you like that and you've got shoulder issues, you could actually go partly onto your back. So we'll do one side and the other. So I'll just guide you when to change round. But like I said, first of all, let's do a little breathing practice as preparation. So sit however you feel is comfortable for you. And just place your hands somewhere on your lap. You can have your palms turned up or your palms turned down. And to begin with, we want to be aware of our breath. Breath awareness. Before you change your breath in any way, I think it's a really good idea to know how you're breathing. So just watch your breath coming and going. And just see if it's smooth or if it's restricted or whether it's bumpy. And I'm not asking you to change any of these, to adapt them in any way yet. But it just shows you how your outer world could be affecting your inner world. So for instance, if we are highly stressed, it's likely our breath is going to be short and quite tight. So a relaxed breath is likely to be a little bit longer and looser. So maybe just in this period of time I've been talking about the breath, you've noticed, because you are aware of your breath, that things are starting to soften and relax and feel more comfortable. So I'm going to suggest tonight we do a 4-7-8 breath. Now, I'm not great at counting my breath. I tend to count one round to get a gauge of the amount of breath, the time it takes to breathe. And then I kind of let the numbering go from my brain and take it from a felt sense. But if you need the numbering at the moment, that's fine. Stay with that until perhaps you find it more natural and more organic. So we're going to breathe into the count of 4. And this is a relaxed breath, okay? I'm not asking you to take a lot of breath in. You're just breathing into the count of 4. Then you're going to hold that breath for the count of 7. And then you're going to breathe out to the count of 8. So what we're doing here is basically, in the end, making the out breath twice the length of the in breath. And that's what you're aiming towards. But don't worry if that doesn't pan out that way for you. This is somewhere to work towards. And I will say that it's not always, this kind of patterning of breathing is not always good for everybody. You might struggle, in which case breathe in to say 3, hold your breath for 5, and breathe out for 6. Adapt it so it works for you. Don't struggle with it, okay? So we're going to do 5 rounds of this breathing. So 5 sets. So go back to breath awareness. And I'm going to say, for your next in-breath, start to go to the 4 breaths in. Hold that breath for the count of 7. And then breathe out to 8. That's 1 round. We've got 4 more to do. Breathe in for 4. Hold it. 7. Breathe out, 8. You can breathe out through your mouth if you wish. Again, breathe in for 4. Hold it, 7. Out for 8. 2 more rounds. Breathe in again. Hold it. And let the breath go. Last round. Breathe in. Hold the breath without tension. And let that go. Just breathe normally for a few breaths. And we'll return to breath awareness. So you're just using your internal vision to notice if anything has changed in your breathing. Do you feel any difference throughout the whole of your body? You may have needed more rounds to create more change, but any small change is good. So perhaps your breath just feels a bit more relaxed. You feel like you have more access to it. And perhaps your awareness around it is beginning to grow. So when we work with the breath like that, we are basically playing with our nervous system. We're inviting it to come from an active state and taking it towards the relaxation state. And obviously that's in preparation for what we're going to do next. So please start on your left side. I'm actually going to do the opposite. You probably can't tell from the screen, but otherwise I am going to start with my back to you, and I don't want to do that. So you start on your left side. You're going to come down. Come down to your shoulder. Bring your pillow and blankets in to make the neck comfortable and the shoulder comfortable. So my arm is directly out from the shoulder. Going to drag the bolster in. This is cushions and pillows if you're at home. And your eye pillow. So difficult to have over the eyes at the moment in this position. So why not have it at the side of the head, above your ear, from temple backwards? But you could also have some of the eye pillow dropping over the eye at the front, at least to bring in some darkness. So we're going to be here for about something like 7-8 minutes, and then we'll change to the other side, and I'll just invite you to roll over. So as you settle and make any adjustments you need, perhaps to make your neck more comfortable, your hip, give yourself some time watching your breath again. And just by putting your awareness onto the breath, you might notice how you change it, adapt it slowly, mindfully. Let your body relax. Releasing all your tension on an exhale. Taking yourself towards relaxation. Deeper and deeper. Let your breath guide you. When you feel ready, roll to your other side.